Well, hello. Welcome to Doghouse After Dark. Got these dark late night mood. We keep that going all night. I feel like a late night DJ, except I'm not. Welcome. We're glad to have you here tonight. We're going to do a bit of a public service because we want you to be up and aware of all the things that are happening politically, but in the world of puppets. So without further ado, we're going to share with you something that happened earlier this week, a couple of days ago, a couple of nights ago. This was the Puppetocracy presidential debate, and I think you will admit you've never seen anything quite like it. I never have either. So sit back, enjoy. I know I will eventually. And there we go. Push a button. It's amazing.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's debate. I am your moderator, Matt Jervia. We're here live with our contestants that will be going out to be our next president of the United States. Tonight's rules: 1, social distancing is in place, and 2, we have gathered questions from across the country from people who had questions.
Going out to be
now, I will be
our next president.
Yes, everyone had a question, so we do have a lot of them. Now, we do have a bell right there that will ring if you run out of time answering your questions. To start our questions off, we are going to flip the coin. Kyle, because your letter comes first in the alphabet, you can pick heads or tails.
Heads. Matt, thank you.
Okay, let's see who goes first. It is heads, so we will start with Kyle for this evening's
I'm president.
debate.
That make me I'm president.
You both get a moment.
Okay.
Well, not yet. We have to go through the questions first, and there will be an election in November.
Oh, I thought that was the election. That was the election. Sorry. So sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
It is the beginning of it.
So
you'll each have a moment to have opening remarks. So we will start with Kyle.
Opening remark. Yes. Hi. Okay. I'm very thrilled and honored to be here tonight. I'm Kyle von Beethoven. I am running for president of the United States of America. So not just any United States, the United States of America. Okay, just to make that clear. Not the United States of Canada, not the United States of Lisbon, not the United States of any other place, just the United States of America. And when I say United States, I mean the United States, all of them. I even want to be president of Puerto Rico and anything else that we happen to acquire once I become president. Like if we buy Turkey, I would be president of that. Although I don't think we would buy Turkey. I'm just saying, I've been accused of running a fairly, shall we say, negative campaign, attacking my opponent, Felton Stuffin. And I just want to say that I haven't done that. The people who create my campaign and my ads.
That is your time for your opening remarks.
Crap.
That is your time. We'll go over to Fulton for your opening remarks.
Thank you, Matt. I truly appreciate that. My fellow Americans, it has come a time to pick a president who cares about the American people, a president who wants us all to work towards a better future, a president who is not afraid to take the high road, Ladies and gentlemen, that president is me. I say that we can fix America. I'm asking all of us to fix America. No one man, woman, child can fix America. No, it's going to take all of us. It takes a village to fix America. And with me as president, I promise you, I will gather us all together to bring America together. Thank you. I'll yield the rest of my time, Matthew.
All right, very well. We'll get right into it. As I said earlier, we will start with Kyle. The first question for tonight's debate. As president, what are your plans for the U.S. Space Force?
Oh, that's a really good question there, Matt. The U.S. Space Force. One thing we have in the United States is space. We've got a lot of it. I don't know if you know this, but space reaches all the way to the ground. That's right. Space starts way, way out there, like in the galaxies and stuff, which most people in America don't believe in the first place. So we're not even going to go there. But space reaches all the way down to the ground. There's no place where space starts and ends. So I will support the Space Force by supporting things that we do right here on Earth. I will use the space around us, the space between us. I will try to get more space on airliners, more space in cars, more space in line waiting in a movie theater. Just space. Like if you have like empty space on your bookcase where there should be a book, that's space. And I want to address that. And it starts here at home.
That is your time, Kyle. We'll now go to Fulton. And same question. As president, what are your plans for the U.S. Space Force?
Well, I absolutely see the necessity for a Space Force. So while a lot of people are calling for the Space Force to be ended, I myself see the Space Force moving forward. However, my Space Force under my candidacy would see that the rest of the world joins us in our Space Force. The space shouldn't belong to any one nation. Space should belong to the whole world. Since as my friend over here, Kyle, said, space starts at the ground, and there's a lot of it. Way too much for one country. Let's share it with all the countries. Let's make space great. I yield the rest of my time, Matthew.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Moving on to our second question. That is, again, our questions tonight are wide expanding through many topics. This topic will be about global warming. I know this is a very controversial topic, but we want to get your insight. With global warming is causing, there's a huge release of methane and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which is causing a lot of the damage. The main source of this is coming from cows and basically their farts. How would you, as president, deal with this gas release crisis that's threatening us all?
You starting with me?
Yeah, we'll start with Kyle.
Okay, well, as far as I'm concerned, that's an easy one. I've already spoken to a few pharmaceutical companies and asked them what would be the possibility of developing Tums for cows. There's no reason that cows need to be doing what they're doing with the methane and all that. All we need to do is adjust their diet a little bit. And you know what? Of course, if I ate grass and stuff, I'd be a little bloated. I would be a little bit bloated. A couple of Tums. And there you go. Maybe some Pepto-Bismol. Well, so Pepto-Bismol, anything pink, Pepto-Bismol, Tums for cows. And I think you could wipe out 200 to 300% of the global warming right now, which probably isn't really happening anyway. Most people don't believe in it. By the way, I'd like to say hello to Lourdes down there, and we've also got Lee. They're in our audience, but we put them up on the dais to represent the public. Just thought that would be kind of cool. I yield the rest of my time, which I probably used up anyway. Okay,
Thank you. We'll go over to Fulton.
Yes. All right. Same question.
The same question.
All right. Same question. Look, it would surprise a lot of people to know that cows are vegetarians, and cows fart. Now, that's like you said, that's one of the contributing factors to global warming, or how we call it nowadays, climate change.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. Did that? You know what? I'm just going to keep going here. Cows are vegetarians, and that's what causes them to fart. So my plan, it follows the science. It's all about the science, Matt. The science says if we make cows carnivorous, they wouldn't eat so much grass and they wouldn't fart so much. Plain and simple. Teach cows to eat other cows. Number one, you take care of the overpopulation of cows. Number two, less farts. Thank you. I yield the rest of my time, Matthew.
Thank you. This go around. We will start with Fulton. And Fulton, your question is: the current president promised to build a wall, and we know how great that has been. As president, what will you promise to build?
As president, I promise to build many things, but I promise to build things that are useful instead of useless. Unlike the wall, which is kind of pointless since most illegal immigration happens over planes, I will build things like bridges that people can cross. I'll build things like schools that children can attend. I will build factories that people can work in, or, at least oversee the robots that are working in those factories. I will build this country, but more importantly, we will build this country. And every bridge and every factory and every wall and every school will be built by Americans, legal or not. Doesn't matter. That money is still coming back into the economy. Thank you. I yield the rest of my time, Matthew.
Thank you very much. Kyle, I'll ask you the same question. What would you build for this country?
Oh, well, first, let me say that right now, my son who is going to be my vice presidential running mate, we are actually in the process right now of building a gazebo in the backyard because we have property, because we're real Americans. And I think that with the help of places like Home Depot and Lowe's, forget Ace Hardware, they're on their way out.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. I agree with that.
Yeah. With the help of places like Home Depot and Ace Hardware.
Ooh, Harbor Freight. Don't forget Harbor Freight.
Well, okay. Did I interrupt you during your?
Yes, you did actually. Okay, go ahead.
I don't recall that. Okay, man. Is there a rule here, or is there? Okay, fine. Okay, there's two sets of rules. Okay, so I would start right there. I would give everybody in the United States of America a $15 Home Depot card, like one of those cards you swipe, and it's money like cash, but you can only spend it at Home Depot. You tell me that this country can't build itself anything it wants with $15 at Home Depot, but for everybody, that's billions and trillions of dollars. So I think it all starts, forget the red, white, and blue for this one. It all starts with the white and the orange at Home Depot, or with the blue and the white at Lowe's, if you want better stuff that's more expensive and less health.
You yield your time?
I do, yes.
Okay. We'll go on to our next question. We'll start with Fulton. Fulton, being a president takes every talent that you have. And you have to craft things. You have to think on your feet. Being the president, what talent do you bring to the White House?
Well, my most important talent is that I was a gymnast in my younger years. So I am very flexible, and I can get myself into tight spaces and get myself out of tight spaces, which is very important when you're the president. So, for example, I could take my leg and throw it over my shoulder like this.
Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
front ways and back ways. So there's that. Yeah. Oh, I can take my arms and put them behind my head, all the way around. I can dislocate my shoulder, bring it back around the front. So in other words, you're getting a president who can get himself out of tight situations. I yield the rest of my time, Matthew. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kyle, it's that same question to you. What kind of talent do you bring to the White House?
Well, I'm a talented guy, you know. I can also, like I said, I can put my foot in my mouth, like most politicians. Let me show you. Hang on. Yeah. But also, you may not know this, but I'm very musical. I have a musical talent. I play harmonica, which is not an easy skill. Would you like me to want me to show you? I mean,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Really? Wait, hang on.
Of course, he brought his harmonica with him to the debate. Who brings a harmonica to a debate? I don't get it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So I could do that, which is kind of cool. So I played Dixie because I do need the Southern vote. I think that's more than enough. I yield the rest of my time, Matt.
Okay. And this time, because this is a live debate, we're going to take a question from our audience. Does our audience member have a question? Yep, go ahead.
Yes, how you doing? I'm sorry I was late to the debate. I was actually getting off my 8-hour shift at Ace Hardware today. I might not have a job soon. Point to learn on the presidential debate. But nonetheless, we must move on. My question is actually directed to not Kyle.
Felton.
Felton. My question for you is: a lot of people were given the PPP money, a lot of businesses, and one business in particular received an exorbitant amount of PPP money. And I was wondering, if you were elected president, how would you handle Build-A-Bear, the Build-A-Bear Corporation, which got so much money? And what do you feel about the Build-A-Bear Corporation?
Okay, I see where your question is coming from, Lee, and I saw what happened with the Build-A-Bear company and how much they got in the bailout. And I want to tell you, just because I am a puppet American does not mean that I am going to unfairly balance the scales towards other puppets or stuffed animals or marionettes of that nature. I want to be very clear. I want everybody to be as equal as possible. And especially Build-A-Bear is a big business. Build-A-Bear is a big business. Have you ever bought a Build-A-Bear bear? Sure, you walk up and it's like $20, but then by the time you're done accessorizing it, it's like a $70 bear. Who has a $70 bear? But that company did not need a bailout. So the fact of the matter is, we need to make things more equal. And how about we hand some money to the people who would buy the Build-A-Bear and then make Build-A-Bear work for their money? Again, we need to build America, not the company saying, I want a bailout. I yield the rest of my time. Thank you, Matt.
Kyle, same question from the audience.
Oh, thanks. Well, I've been on top of this whole Build-A-Bear thing. I mean, as you notice, Felton is with the P party, the puppet party. I'm with the PPP party, the popular puppets, something or other party. And we are closely monitoring stuff like this Build-A-Bear thing. Like, why don't we build polar bears? I mean, if we want to stop global warming, build polar bears, because they're much colder than like grizzly bears or black bears or whatever. They're white, so they reflect more heat into the sky, which brings down the temperature of the earth when you have more white stuff. You know, like more white stuff reflecting out makes the earth cooler faster. So I think we need to ramp up production of polar bears and stop all the production of cute little like cuddly bears
Did you just say that white bears were better than brown bears and black bears? I just want to be clear here.
I didn't say they were better than.
You said we need more.
We need more white stuff.
So more white stuff. Okay.
Oh, now come on.
No. I just asked for clarification. You said it.
Well, you're twisting my words.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that was time for you, Kyle. We're going to move on to our next question, which is a special question because it comes from the next generation. We have a question from, let's see here, Toby Anderson, who is in the 7th grade in Wyoming, Kansas. He would like to know from each of you, if you were a superhero, would you be from Marvel or DC, and what would be your power? We'll start with Fulton.
Excellent. Well, that's an interesting question, Anthony. When it comes down to it, I think if I were a comic book superhero character, I'd rather be DC. But if I were a movie superhero character, I'd rather be Marvel. And my superpower would be the power of invulnerability. Why? Because invulnerability allows me to help the most number of people. Right now, I am but a puppet. A puppet American, yes, but still just a puppet. I'm made of stuffing. I'm made of felt. I'm made of needle and thread. If you poke me, I will not bleed, but I will lose my stuffing and die. If I were invulnerable.
That is your time. Kyle, same question. If you were a superhero, would you be Marvel or DC, and what would be your power?
Well, first of all, who says I'm not a superhero? I think everyone in this country is a superhero. I think the kid who asked that question is a superhero. What was his name again? Doesn't matter.
Toby Anderson.
Toby. You're a superhero, my friend. You're a superhero. Because obviously you sent that question in, which means you know how to operate a computer. You can probably use more than one hand at a time. But so everyone's a superhero. But if I had to choose, I choose DC because that's where I want to go. Washington, DC. And that's where I intend to be. And if I had a power that I don't have now that I could have, I guess maybe it would be to dilate my pupils. That would pretty much, because it gets kind of
all right. That was your time.
A lot of glare.
That was your time. We'll get back to something very serious. It has been shown in social media for the past 5 months that we've been having this outbreak of what has been known as Karens throughout our country. If you were to win and be our president, what would you do about all the Karens that are rising up? And we'll start with Kyle.
Oh, okay. First of all, I think at this point, I don't know. I don't want to overstep my bounds here, but we've got a woman here on the stage with us, Lourdes, and thank you for being here and for being a woman. Good choice. Yeah. So I would like to throw that question to her while giving her my take on it. I just would rename people. Okay, I was just knowing that name. Like, you don't have a lot of Adolfs anymore. Nobody names their kid that anymore. just stop with the Karen. It's gone. That name is gone. But Lourdes, have you got any insight into the rising number of Karens as a woman?
As a woman, I feel like you should play fire with fire and ask for their manager and start negotiations there.
So ask for, like, if there's a Karen, you ask for the Karen's manager?
That's right. The mega Karen.
Wouldn't the manager be Karen? Well, I don't know.
No, she's always asking for the manager.
Oh,
so
right.
You have to ask for her manager.
Oh, her. Yeah. Right. Okay. And the other thing I would do about Karens is I've got this stick here. I can think of places to put it. Other than where it is right now. I yield the rest of my time, assuming there is any.
Time. We'll ask the same question to Fulton. What would you do about the Karens?
Well, I think it's important to note here that not every Karen is actually named Karen. I actually have known many Karens who are wonderful, wonderful people and don't always ask to speak to a manager. Karen can be a derogatory term depending on how it's used, but I'm not going to use it that way. I'm simply going to say is whether you call them Karens or whether you call them Susans or whether you call them Patricias, it's all the same. Those are determined women who want to get answers and don't want to back down from a store clerk. That's all it is. It is a woman who is determined, and why do we need to give it a derogatory term? Women are allowed to be just as derogatory as men, and that's what's important here. Now, I will say this. Some customers are a-holes. Those customers deserve to be locked up in jail and slapped across the face by every store employee that they insulted. I yield the rest of my time, Matthew. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be moving on to our next section of questions. These are directed to each one of you individually. We're going to start with Fulton. Fulton, your question is, it was mentioned in Kyle's ads that he's been running throughout his campaign.
Thank you.
That you have a box and that you have not disclosed what is in that box. Are you prepared to here during this debate disclose not only what was in the box, but where it currently is?
Yes. Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I have the box right here. Hold on.
This should be good.
Yeah, there it is. That's the box. I have it. It's right here. Now, all right. This box, contrary to popular belief, has nothing nefarious about it. This box is simply full of a bunch of packing peanuts that I ordered. That's all it is. I ordered a bunch of packing peanuts and they came.
You ordered packing peanuts?
Yes. Well, how else do you get packing peanuts? I wanted packing peanuts made in the USA, and that's what I got.
And did they use packing peanuts to pack the packing peanuts?
Funny enough, no. They use those weird bubble things that come in a roll.
Exactly. So you didn't disclose exactly what was in the box. There's weird bubble things in that
packing
box.
Peanuts are what I ordered.
America Felt and Stuff is ordering weird bubble things online. Where are they coming from? Canada?
America.
Canada? Montreal? Saskatchewan? Any other place in Canada where weird bubble things are maybe considered normal?
Don't listen to this man up here. Those were packing peanuts. They were packing peanuts made out of styrofoam, made in America. No, I don't know where the bubble wrapping came from to protect the packing peanuts, but I am not in control of that. You would have
that is your time. Kyle, we now have a question directed to you. So please listen. This is a very important question that we need your response for.
Okay.
In your ads, you have stated several times that no one pulls your strings. This comment has upset many in the marionette community, as you are not a puppet that has strings. You're just not made that way. They feel that you are puppet culture appropriating their strings. How do you respond?
I think you've answered the question yourself there, Matt. I don't have strings. I'm not made that way. Exactly. You know, being a marionette is a lifestyle choice. I mean, if you don't want to have strings, do what I did at a young age. Get rid of the strings, have somebody shove a hole up your back, into your head, bang, you're a puppet. No strings. So, I mean, you've said it yourself. I'm incapable of having someone pull my strings because I don't have them. And I'm sorry, marionette community. I'm sorry that you have to spend your life dangling on a string with
Kyle.
your legs doing funny things like that for no reason whatsoever.
Kyle, did you just admit to having puppet conversion therapy?
It was a religious ritual. It was a religious ritual. My family has done it for years. I've done it, and my son. We've done it with my son Wolfgang Amadeus. He also had that. It's similar to circumcision.
That is your time. We will take a moment and turn to our live audience to see if they have yet another question. Audience members, raise your hand if you do have a question.
I do.
Go ahead.
I have a question for the both of you. How are you going to handle the wave of gender reveal parties that are wreaking havoc around the country?
Great question. Yeah, so I guess I'm going first. All right. It's very simple. It's very simple. They've caused outrage of all sorts. Just unimaginable terror has reigned from gender reveal parties. Nothing good has ever come out of a gender reveal party. What if you reveal your child's gender to be a boy and then they decide, hey, wait a minute, I'm actually a girl born in a boy's body, and they identify as a girl? You did a gender reveal party for nothing. What happens if you invite people to your gender reveal party but don't invite some of your other friends? Those friends get offended. I don't like finding out that you had a party without me by seeing their Facebook post or your Instagram post and that your child is going to be a girl. Where was I? Why wasn't I there? Why wasn't I wearing a pink shirt? And don't get me started on how pink is actually a boy's color. Look. Plain and simple. Gender reveal parties cause more troubles than they solve. There's a fire right now in California that is burning down thousands of acres that started because of a gender reveal party. Just outlaw them. They're completely outlawed. Outlaw gender reveal parties. Done. Hand down.
Kyle?
Well, first of all, just the whole idea of revealing gender. I mean, great. Wait, want me to reveal my gender? Wait. Here we go. Wait. Right here. We don't need a party for that. You want a gender reveal? Have the kid pull its pants down. You've revealed the kid's gender. You can have a party like that and the kid can be there. You can have him right in the middle of the table, right in the middle of everything. Pull down his or her diapers and everybody blow a horn. Hey, it has a gender. What? Why? Why do we need to know ahead of time? It's bad enough that you're having a kid. I mean, if you look, you know how many humans there are? There aren't as many puppets as there are humans, but there's billions of humans, and
Correct.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. There's
Who
a lot.
cares
There's
about your kid?
problem.
You know, what I have to say about you and your kid, all kids matter. There you go. That's what I feel about gender reveal parties. And I'll reveal my gender to the next person who says they want to have one. Sorry, you were saying something?
Speaking about kids, we do have a question for one more child. The question comes from Wendy Carlson, who is in the 10th grade, from Fester, Alaska. She says that your choice will tell a lot about your character. And she basically wants to know, as president, do you prefer pie or cake? We'll start with Kyle.
Well, I think we live in a country where you can have pie and cake. Now, there are more cakes that I like than there are pies that I like. You know, but it's hard to screw up a cake. But if you give me a pie that I like a good old American apple pie, and you want to throw in like a hunk of cake with it, that's a full meal for me. You know, I believe in cake and pie. I don't think that we should have to be separated on that front. I can't think of any time that I have had pie when I haven't also had cake. And most of the time when I have cake, I'll see if there's also some pie. So
that is your time. Fulton, what is your answer?
Well, first of all, Wendy, let me just say what a travesty it is that you only have 2 electoral votes living in Alaska, and the fact that you are a third of our country's size. That's a crime.
They didn't really get their fair slice of the pie.
No, they did not. No, they did not. Thank you, Kyle.
The American pie. Bye, Miss. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Wendy, while we do want to answer your question, those electoral votes don't really matter to anybody.
No.
But no, not at all. But I still will answer your question. Wendy, I am diabetic, so unfortunately I cannot have either pie or cake. But I will answer that question by saying that I do love good pie charts about cake. I love me a good pie chart about cakes.
That is your time. Our final questions, we are coming down on time right now. We're going to leave it to the people, our audience, to ask the final question before we have closing statements. So to our audience that is live with us, I see your hand is raised. What is your question?
This question is directed for Kyle. Kyle, what would be your thoughts instead of giving the $15 gift card from Home Depot if we gave it from Ace Hardware, let's say? Do you have any maybe inspiring thoughts to that, considering Ace Hardware is the #1 producer of packing peanuts in the United States?
Well, I think everybody from coast to coast knows about my love of Ace Hardware and how much I believe that they're part of the American dream and the American system. We wouldn't be where we are today without Ace Hardware. I know I might have seemed like I was a little rough on them before when I said that they should die and go to hell. Sorry about that. You know, I think that I did not realize that about the packing peanuts. So I would definitely. I really don't like Ace Hardware. I'm sorry. I just don't like them. I just don't. And now that and by the way, Felton, I did not realize you had diabetes. So you're running for president and you could fall into a diabetic coma?
Oh, no,
right
no.
when we need you to push the button on Canada or something?
It's very well managed. It's
okay,
very
well managed. Yeah. Maybe your insulin will come in a box.
It does come in a box.
Yeah, I'm sure it does with bubbly stuff.
Yeah, actually it does. Yes, because the vials are made out of glass. You don't want to drink.
Yeah, fine.
Fulton, since Kyle got to answer about the Ace Hardware, do you have anything to add to that? Do you have a moment?
As part of my hand up program instead of the trickle down program, instead of giving a card for Home Depot specifically, I would just give a $15 card, and then it is up to Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, and Ace Hardware to compete for our business. That's all. That's all.
Very nice. Both of you gentlemen have been honorable candidates tonight. We're going to close out. Yeah.
I have one more thing.
Yes.
Can you say one more thing? Once you said that's it? Okay,
yes.
I'll just say one more thing.
Well, I just want to say one more quick thing.
One more quick thing.
Kyle mentioned the overpopulation problem. I just want to say that my carnivorous cows would also fix the human overpopulation problem. Oh, look, we have a diabetic in the comments. Okay, thank you, Matt.
Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to give both of you a moment to give closing statements, to give final thoughts, and kind of give people a sense of who you are and what you're going to bring to the White House. So we started tonight with Kyle, and so we're going to end it starting with Fulton, and then when Fulton is done, we'll go to Kyle for his closing remarks. So Fulton, it's up to you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the choice is clear. Only one of us has the tenacity, the charisma, and the good do well to be the president of the United States. I do not run a nasty campaign. I am a regular puppet with regular problems. I am one of you. I am an American. And I'm saying that we can fix this country. We, the little people, not the 99%, not the 1%, not the rich. We, the working class American people, can fix this country. Vote for Felton Stuffing 2020. Thank you very much, Matt.
Very nice. Kyle, and your closing remarks.
First of all, I'd like to thank Lourdes and Lee for joining us here and representing the fine American public as they do. Thank you, guys, really. Without you, well, there'd be more space on the screen, but still, without you, what would we be? We wouldn't even be a country without the people in it. And you are definitely the people in this country. So I've been accused of running a negative campaign. And, as they tell kids in schools these days, well, not these days, but when there were schools, if you see something, say something. But what they don't tell them is, if you don't see something, say it louder. Don't wait for something to happen. Think about what could be happening that you're afraid to be happening. Like, think of what you can be afraid of. Think of what you can hate. Think of what is horrible, particularly about people that you don't like or people who don't look the way they should. And just say it. Say that thing. Like, when's the last time we had a bearded president? Lincoln, look what they did to him. So I just don't think it's wrong to be as ugly as possible in the campaign so we can have as beautiful as possible a result, which would be Carl von Beethoven from the People's Puppet Party, running this fine country, running Lourdes, running Lee, and running everybody else in it. Thank you. I yield my time.
Okay, and that is our time. I want to thank our live audience that came out. Thank both of our candidates. Remember to vote in November, and you see your choices you have, and look for our next debate on all the important topics. So thank you. Yeah. Fulton, you have something to say?
No, I just want to say bye. I'm just waiting.
Bye.
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 Have a good